Adding and subtracting fractions. Let's begin by reviewing the steps for adding and subtracting fractions. Step 1. Find a common denominator. Remember, your denominator is your bottom number. Step 2. Add or subtract the numerators. Your numerators are the top numbers. Step 3. Keep your denominator the same. Step 4. Simplify or make a mixed number if needed. Step 5. If you have a mixed number, add or subtract the fraction and mixed number separately, then combine. And always remember to follow your integer rules for negatives. Let's begin with our first problem. Go ahead and write your problem so it's lined up and down. Let's review our denominators. They are unlike, so we need to find our common denominator. It is always best to try to find your lowest common denominator. In this case, it is 24. Eight times 3 is 24. Whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. 7 times 3 is 21. 6 times 4 is 24. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 21 is 41. Keep our denominator the same, which is 24. This problem is now an improper fraction. In order to change an improper fraction to a mixed number, remember to do top divided by bottom. 24 goes into 41 one time. Go ahead and subtract. 4 is going to change to a 3 and make this an 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. Start at your top. Make your loop clockwise. Our final answer is 1 and 17 over 24. Our next problem has a negative in it. Negative 2/7 plus 1/3. Again, write your number so it's going up and down. We have negative 2/7 plus 1/3. Our denominators are not the same, so we need to find a common denominator. In this case, our best option would be 21. 3 times 7 is 21. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 2 times 3 is 6, but don't forget your negative. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 over 21 plus 7 over 21. We now have different signs, so remember your rules for integers. We have to subtract when they are different. 7 minus 6 is 1. Our denominator stays the same to be 21. There are more 7s than 6s. 7s are positive, so our final answer is positive 1 over 21. Now let's try a mixed number problem. 3 and 4/5 minus 2 and 1/5. Go ahead and draw a line in between your whole numbers and your fractions. This will make sure that you do each part of the problem separately. 4/5 minus 1/5 is 3/5. Now let's do our whole numbers. 3 minus 2 is 1. Our final answer is 1 and 3/5. There is nothing to reduce in this problem. Let's try another mixed number problem. 9 and 2/3 plus 12 and 2/3. Our denominators are the same, so let's begin by adding our numerators. 2 plus 2 is 4. Keep your denominator the same. 9 plus 12 is 21. 21 and 4/3. If you notice, our fraction is now an improper fraction, so we're going to have to change that into a mixed number. 3 goes into 4 one time. Subtract 4 minus 3 is 1. Start at your top. 1 and 1/3. But we are not finished. We cannot forget about our 21 that we had in our original answer. 21 plus our 1 1/3 that we just found. We need to add those together. 21 plus 1 is 22, and our fraction stays the same as 1/3. 22 and 1/3 is our final answer. Our next problem, 14 and 1/4 minus 10 and 3/4. Draw our line down the middle. If you notice, 1/4 and 3/4, you cannot subtract 3 from 1. So we're going to have to borrow from our whole number. Our 4 will change into a 3. We're going to have to regroup. When we regroup with fractions, we have to remember that our fractions are equal to 1. In this case, 4 over 4 equals 1. We're going to write our 4 over 4 here. Remember, 4 over 4 equals 1. That's the one that we borrowed. Add these together. 1/4 plus 4/4 is 5/4. Now we are ready to subtract. 5/4 minus 3/4 is 2/4. 3 minus 0 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. Our answer is 3 and 2/4. 2/4 is not in lowest terms, so we are going to have to reduce this. 2's go into your top and your bottom. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Do not forget about your whole number of 3. Our final answer is 3 and 1/2. Now it's time for you to try these 4 problems, and we will check your answers later.